Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit. Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Wait, 10, wait, 20. 40's a month, 40's a month.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower post-game. This will be taken very short.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Weapon. Check it, reload. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Kareem Hunt hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, Charlie, 60 or. 50. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 50.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground, Richard. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Funches has it complete. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On play action, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Then he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Crunch. Show it up. Rock it. Get it.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. I'm here all day. Kill. 22 jet bomber. Hey, orbit. Mike 50. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Running from the gun, Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And down right around the 37. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
More yards. And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
36. Yep. Motion.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. 9 yards on the pickup, but even after that, they're left with a 3rd and very long.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Greystone, travel.
Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey!
Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
Go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Hunt. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Wait, that's 53.
Watch the screen.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Brady. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Wait, that 380.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Mixon with a first down carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Hunt. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Hunt.
And after that,
and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Get that quarterback. And on top. Bang, 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 bang. Check 37. Check 37. Topper. Hey, Alpha. Shoot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Prater for the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Jumper. Check 3. Quick dash. Come. I got you, baby. I got you.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, fellas.
On the ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
You can't block me.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm trying to cut.
Hey, exit.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Shit.
Leo.
Watch the
Go.
Alert flare.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
You gonna see me in your life, man. Whip. Watch the whip. 25, check 25, check 25. Check 4.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, Delta.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
You better be 61. Matchbox lights. Go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll run with Mixon. Gets past one man, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
General West. Hey. High 7.
He'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, Whitford on 4th turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On play action, now Brady. It's caught by Funchess. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They run right side with Hunt. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 17 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, 3 scores in this game, I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first 3 times.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Slam.
Hurry, hurry.
No. Off.
Get it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
All day, dog. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Ready?
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I know he ain't got it. Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Check 55.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll run it with Johnson, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead now up to 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Back to Mixon on 1st down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Brady on the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. On third down, Mixon. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Detroit, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8.